Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday morning we take a deep dive into a new set. We're going in complete order, so the set we're checking out today is XY Breakthrough, and we're doing a new thing where every single Thursday we highlight a certain Pokemon and we look at their best cards in Pokemon history. I even started a playlist for this if you guys want to go watch some of the other ones we've already done. I should have did Mewtwo since we're already looking at Breakthrough, but I decided to do Lugia today. And we got some big news. I just dropped my very first merch. I partnered with Collectr Coffee Company because I really love their designs and their art style. We got the PokeBeard binder bound t-shirt with the coffee cup, the beard, everything. You guys know I'm a massive binder collector. So we got a t-shirt and we got the hoodie. These are available now. If you kind of like your clothes a little baggier, I'd probably size up. And then the sweatshirt will take a few weeks to get to you. This one's kind of on pre-order, but yeah, they're both good to go now. So I appreciate if you guys check that out. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Platinum Protectors. If you guys need any cases to, protect and store any of your awesome collectibles, Platinum Protectors has got you covered. They have cases for action figures, comic books, diecast, Funko Pops, trading cards, and video games. And when it comes to trading cards, they have so many different options. And they're working on new stuff right now as we speak. But they had all, the booster bundles, which are sold out of the small ones now. They got Lorcana boxes, One Piece boxes. Some of these boxes are literally $2, $3 a case. And they got the nicer acrylic ones, of course. Sports cards, Star Wars, anything you can think of, they got it. This is one of my new favorite ones too, the Booster Pack Magnetic Holder. So if you guys have any really nice booster packs you guys want to protect and possibly display, this is perfect. I think it even comes with a stand. And then too, if you click my link in the description, you'll receive 10% off your first order of $50 or more. So definitely check them out. All right, let's get into it. We got XY Breakthrough, 162 cards plus 2 secret rares. Came out November 4th, 2015. It's a very, very solid set. This is the best Mewtwo set we've ever gotten. I have a decent amount of Breakthrough boxes, same with Unified Minds. I usually just invest pretty heavily when it's a Mewtwo set for some reason. But we also got Houndoom in here. We got Break cards. Got a Raichu card. Yeah, we got 4 Mewtwo cards right here. Super cool Gengar, Haunter, and Ghastly card also. But there's so many Mewtwo cards in this set. So we got 4 already. And then we got 5, 6 for the 2 full arts. 7, 8 for the 2 megas. 9, 10 for the 2 secret rares. So this is literally the dream Mewtwo set. And these secret rares hold up to today's art, in my opinion. We will check these out. Got the full art Houndoom. Crazy texture on this. Got the Mega Houndoom. Big fan of the green. And then we got the Glalie EX full art. Then we got the Mega. Then we got the blue full art Mewtwo. And then we got the red full art Mewtwo. And then we got the Mega Mewtwo's. So if you guys did not know, there's an X and a Y. Mega Mewtwo. The blue background, this is the X. And the red background is the Y. Let me know down below which one you guys like better. Then we got the Bridget full art trainer card. Giovanni's Scheme. That's a nice one. And then our 2 secret rares. Check out these cards. They have a gold border, beautiful texture. Very tough to find, like perfectly centered. Every one you see is going to be slightly off centered. It's very tough to grade. But this is number 163. And this is number 164. Like these are some of my all-time favorite Pokemon cards, even comparing to today's arts. I love when they, do these like Trinity cards or whatever they're called, where they have multiple Pokemon in there. I just think they look sick. Now, the most expensive is number 163, the blue secret rare. And then followed by the Mega Mewtwo Y, and then the other full art Mewtwo. Yeah, if you look at the top 10, 15 of this set, it's pretty crazy. I mean, we literally got 8 Mewtwo's, multiple Houndooms, a couple Gengars. See, here's that Gengar Holo close up. It's a pretty sweet art. All right, let's get to some prices. We're going to hop to eBay. Just want to do some near mint sales. Got the full art Houndoom for $20. The full art Mewtwo, only $149. And that card actually looks pretty well centered, to be honest. Next, we got the Glalie full art, $8 for near mint lightly played. Got the other Mewtwo EX secret rare at $168. This is the blue one. Got the Chestnut Break for $3. Mega Mewtwo EX for $80. Mega Houndoom for $72. The blue full art Mewtwo EX for $40. Just a regular Mega Mewtwo EX for $20. We got a PSA 8 red full art Mewtwo for $99. What else do we got? Got the blue full art Mewtwo for $37, and in a PSA 9 at $127. We got another one of the secret rares, number 164 for $130. And we got the Mega Mewtwo X again for $130. Giovanni Scheme, $20. I think that's one of the nicer Giovanni cards we've gotten. And then we got the Mega Mewtwo Y for $177 on auction. It says mint condition. Another secret rare. It's the blue one at $182. Bridget, $20. Best offer accepted. So a lot of these cards are still very, very affordable, to be honest. Here we got a PSA 7 Mega Mewtwo X at $250, your best offer. And we'll end it on this PSA 9 for $360, your best offer. All right, let's check out some PSA 10 sales. So last month, this is number 163. This is the blue secret rare at $2,700. Next, we have the other secret rare, the orange background, at $2,125. That just happened about 10 days ago. Next, we got the Mega Mewtwo Y in a 10, sold last month at $2,200. We got the Mega Mewtwo X, sold last month at $2,268 in a 10. Then we got the red full art Mewtwo at $1,175. The blue full art Mewtwo at $1,332. Next, we got the regular Mega Mewtwo EX at $401. This is number 63. There's quite a few of them. Next, we have the Mega Mewtwo EX Y at $550 in a 10. All a ton of recent sales. Someone must be really hunting for all of these in a PSA 10. Next, we got the Mega Houndoom EX for $1,200. That was literally this month also. Then the Full Art Houndoom sold in July at $810. Next, we have the Breakthrough Sleeve Booster Pack. Last sold $45, $35, $72, $41. I really feel like some of these sleeve boosters are still somewhat affordable. I know, $50, $60 for a booster pack seems crazy, but they just keep slowly going up too. And I think Breakthrough is a very underrated set. Just maybe pick up some of the Mewtwo arts. I like it. Next, some of the coolest ETBs. I should bust mine out actually. We got the X and Y Mega Mewtwo's. There's a purple one and a pink one. Last sold, doesn't say which one it is, but it was $1,175. And then we got the Y at $1,075, Y at $900, Y at $1,174, another Y at $920. So pretty expensive, $1,000 ETBs now. And then we got the Breakthrough Booster Box. We had a sale last month at $3,450. All right, let's get to Lugia here. So these are all the modern ones. Of course, we got our Lugia V alternate art. We all know about that card. There is a Vivid Voltage pre-release staff Lugia, which is very expensive, market price $249. Pretty sweet art too. And then I think Lugia has the best basic V ever done. This art is absolutely insane, also done by Arita. Now this is the prize pack series, market price $41, so a little more, rare. Then we have the Lugia V-Star Rainbow, market price $35. And then we have the gold to go with it. That's kind of cool. And then here is just a regular pre-release Lugia. Still, market price $26 on that. That's a good amount for just that card. Then we got the regular Lugia V-Star, so you can get it in regular and the rainbow and the gold. And this is also the prize pack series. There's also a regular one, so there's 4 different versions of that card technically. We got a pretty sweet Lugia full art from Silver Tempest at $14. And another really cool V. I swear he's got the best basic Vs. I mean, look at these two right here. You can't tell me these arts are not crazy. This one's $12 for this promo. And then for the Arita one that I was talking about earlier that is in prize pack, market price $9. And then there's a regular V. We got a Lugia EX from the Classic Collection. Not too bad. And this Lugia card from Darkness Ablaze. Pretty sweet art. All right, let's get into it. And I just had to throw this in here right away. We got the Regidrago V. There is a Lugia in the background, so that's more modern. So I wanted to put that up front. And let me know down below if there's any other cards that I missed. I'm sure I missed a few. All right, let's get into it. We got the Lugia GX Rainbow Rare from Lost Thunder. Last sold raw $325, $250, $268. And then we got a PSA 10 sale at $1,200 and $1,340. Only $694 in a 10, $851 in a 9. Next, we got the Full Art Lugia, same exact art. Pop-Up $464 in a 10, $733 in a 9. Last sold in a PSA 10 is $900. Raw, we got $50, $140, $88, $97, and a PSA 9 at 200 bucks. Next, we just got a basic GX of Lugia from Lost Thunder. Last sold in a 10, 324. We got a 9 at 59.70 and raw 25, 28, 17. Next, the Shining Lugia. This is a Black Star promo. Pretty sweet card. A little bit of texture on there also. Pretty tough to grade. 819 in a 10, 29.75 in a 9. There's even 1800 in an 8 and 418 in a 7. Last sold raw 65, 75, 50. We got a PSA 9 at 165, 152, and a 10 at $1,900. Next, we have the Alakazam EX Secret Rare. Just like the Mewtwo we looked at today. Same exact type of card, but there is an awesome Lugia in the background. Same with the Umbreon. I still feel like this is one of the most underrated cards ever. Pop of only 678 in a 10, 2165 in a 9. Last sold raw 45, 35, 88, 217. PSA 9 at 300. And we did have a 10 sale at $2,500. Next, we got the Lugia break card. Last sold raw 18, 7, 15, 12. PSA 9 at 55 and a 10 at 415. Only 398 in a 10. But 483 in a 9, so not super tough to grade. Next, we got the Lugia EX. This is a basic EX from Plasma Storm. Got the nice little crest here. I think it's pretty cool. Only 23 10s. Last sold raw 28, 46, 32. PSA 9 at 268 and a 10 at 1,050. And we have another one of those cards. This is a promo with that crest on there. Since there's only 4 of them in a 10, I couldn't find a PSA 10 sale, but last sold raw 15, 30, 25. Is there even a 9 on here? Nope. It says 9, $202. Next, we have the Lugia EX from Ancient Origins. This is actually my favorite Lugia of just like the basic EX cards. Last sold raw 5, 6, PSA 9 at 44, and a PSA 10 at $300. Next, we got the Lugia EX Full Art from Ancient Origins with a pop of 445 and a 10. 739 in a 9, and 566 in an 8. We got a PSA 9 sale here at $420. Raw at 80, 99, 140, 110. And we got a PSA 10 sale here at $3,000. Next, we have the Legend cards. But what's super cool about Lugia is instead of there being 2 different Pokemon, he got his own card. So there is a top and a bottom, and when you put them together, it looks so sick. So for the top, we got a pop of 38 at a 10, 211 at a 9. Last sold raw 170, 40, 80, 120, PSA 9 at 330, and we do have a 10 sale at 2,150. We do not have a 10 sale for the bottom, which doesn't even have a PSA 10 pop on here, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, they're around the same price raw. Next, we have the Lugia EX Plasma Storm Full Art. It's one of my favorite cards on the list, and in my opinion, these are the best full arts we've ever gotten in Pokemon history. There's like 12 of these blue guys, and I think Lugia is the most expensive. Pop of only 21 in a 10. Last sold raw 315, 340, 400, 379. We got a PSA 9 at 2,500, and we got a PSA 10 sale, which was in the middle of 2024. Was at 4,800. I'm sure it's worth way more than that now. Next, we have the Lugia Water Energy. There's a few different versions, so be careful when you start collecting these. So they originally started in the Heart Gold Soul Silver set, but they redid them in Call of Legends, and they're very beautiful in Call of Legends. Last sold raw 51, 56. We got a PSA 10 at 436 and PSA 9 at 125. Yeah, I think there's 8 different versions of these, the best energies ever. Next, we have the shiny Call of Legends Lugia with a pop of only 19 in a 10. Last sold raw 160, 225, PSA 9 at 26, and we have a 10 sale here at $23,676. There's a while there where these cards were not, getting a ton of love, but now in the last couple of years, they've been doing work, and there's a bunch of these. Call of Legends has a ton of shiny legendary cards. You can literally just type in Pokemon SL and it'll pop up with a bunch of them. Next, we get the Pop Series 5. Check that art out. With a pop of 12 in a 10 and 34 in a 9. I don't know why, but I like Lugia with like the purple cards for some reason. Last sold raw for moderately played 40. We got raw 125 for near mint. PSA 9 at 210. And it says we got a sale here at 335 and a 10, but it says pop 2. This is pop 5, so that's not right. Very tough to find clean. Next, we have the Lugia Unseen Forces Reverse Holo with a beautiful stamp. Again, another purple card. And we got a pop of 63 and a 10. Last sold raw 80, 90, 65, 225. Then we got a 10 at 2,775. And we had a sale before that of 4,500, but it doesn't give me any info. Next, we have the Lugia level 43 card from Diamond and Pearl Secret Wonders, pop of only 26 and a 10. Last sold raw 60, 40, PSA 9 at 280, and another 9 at 255. And we got 110 here at $9,100 for this holo Lugia level 43. Next, this art is sick. This is a promo from the Heart Gold Soul Silver era. It says there's only 18 10s. Last sold raw 21, 39, 43, 62. We got a PSA 9 at 350. Another one at 235. And I don't think we had any PSA 10 sales for this card. Next, we have the Lugia Holo from Call of Legends. This card also comes in reverse holo. Pretty cool art though, kind of unique. Looks like almost like watercolor type art. Last sold raw 35, 46, 85. It says here we got a PSA 9 at $90, but that seems cheap because we got a couple sales here at 841 for a 9 and 1,200 for a 9. So I don't think that's correct. All right, next we have the Lugia Black Star promo from the X and Y era. Last sold raw 6, 11, 15, PSA 9 at 200. Another 9 at 256, and no PSA 10 sales for this card either. Next, we got the Lugia from Fates Collide. Pretty sweet art. This is the reverse holo. There's also a holo. Yeah, I just threw in a few of the best looking like regular holo and reverse holo cards. We're about to get to some crazy stuff very soon. Out of all these we've done so far, I think Lugia has the best Japanese exclusives. I think they're crazy. And this is literally like a $5, $6 card. We do have a PSA 10 sale at $599 if you do ever see one super minty. Next, we got the Lugia EX from Unseen Forces. I love how this card is like white and black almost. This has a pop of 71 and a 10, 334 and a 9. We got a 9 at 3,500. Couple more at 3K, 2,700, 3,000. And then we got a 10 at 13,000, and that was in August. Next, one of the grails of all the Lugia cards. This is the Crystal Lugia Secret Rare from Aquapolis. Has a pop of 138 and a 10, 523 and a 9. Last sold raw 1,500, 923, 2,200. We got a PSA 9 at 7,900. We have a PSA 10 sale at $41,500. Making it one of the rarest cards in Pokemon history. If you guys did not know, there's a handful of these crystal cards with the e-reader border, and they're all very, very expensive. Next, we have the Neo Revelation First Edition Lugia. This is a non-holo rare, still very cool art, with a pop of only 177 and a 10. Last sold raw 20, 47, 50, 85. There is a non-first edition also. And we got a PSA 10 sale at $360. I feel like I would buy that because, I mean, this card is history and it's so cool. And if you look, that looks like Ho-Oh right above. You know, you can see kind of like the nail and the feathers. That's why I just thought this card was so special. I don't ever see anybody talk about that. Next, this is my baby. I wouldn't even be doing Pokemon like this without this card. I even have it in the back of my cell phone case at all times. The first edition. There's also an unlimited. Pop of only 45 and a 10. Last sold raw 650, 650, 750. PSA 9 at 7,400. Another one at 6,900. And I think a PSA 10 is worth around 50K now. So I sold one of these in COVID for 80K. And I have one left in a 10. But I have a bunch of these raw. Like, this is one of my favorite cards. I used to collect them all the time when I was super young because, I mean, at the time they were pretty expensive, but they were so much more affordable compared to like the first edition Shadowless Charizard card, which was out of reach for me for the longest time. So I just kept getting these whenever I seen them. Whenever I buy a big lot, I'd always just keep this card. Next, we have another one of my favorites, probably my second favorite on this entire list. This is the first appearance Topps Lugia card. So we got a PSA 6 sale, $1,750, best offer accepted. PSA 1 at $1K, raw $819. These cards are almost impossible to find clean. And here we got a really clean one raw at $3,738. And it still won't get a 10. Another PSA 1 at $800. CGC 1 at $2,200. So if you guys have any of these first appearance Topps cards, there's only a few of them. Let me know. I would love to buy them. Preferably raw, because I just like to collect stuff raw. But yeah, I feel like these cards are so cool. Another one here on auction at $1,144 and a PSA 5 at $2,024. So when I buy them, I try to get them at least like a PSA 5 quality or up. If they're super chewed up, I'm probably not going to be interested. And I will buy them graded. Just, you know, there's kind of a premium when you buy them graded. We got a Beckett 8.5 at 4K. That's pretty clean for this card. All right, next we have the Japanese promo trainer Lucky Stadium Kanto. There is a Lugia in the background, it looks like. Kind of cool. Something different. And then we have the Japanese Hoopa, which has a Lugia in the background, along with other super cool Pokemon like the Mega Rayquaza and Pikachu and stuff. Still very cheap. Last sold raw, $40, $33, $58, $58, $56, $27. Next, another one with the purple background. This is the Lugia promo, Japanese exclusive. Last sold in a 10, $860. This is a junior rally promo. I'm actually collecting all these in a 10. They're some of the coolest cards we've ever gotten, and they actually connect to where it makes one big picture. And out of all of the connecting arts we've ever gotten, these blow it out of the water. I actually just picked up the Entei in a 10, but we got another PSA 10 sale here at $1,475, raw $248, $306, $109, $95, PSA 9 at $259. But yeah, it sucks. The PSA 10s are getting expensive because when I started collecting this was probably a year ago, and they don't pop up very often in the 10. So, you know, I'd try to get one whenever I seen it, and it just keeps going up in price. Next, we have the Game Boy promo. PSA 10 just sold for $22.25, and we got an 8 at $355, raw at $270. Very, very cool card. Also, let me know down below what Pokemon you guys want to see next. I'm definitely going to do Mewtwo soon, but yeah, I'd love to know any other Pokemon you guys want to see. And then also let me know your guys' favorite Lugia card from this entire list. But yeah, I swear, he has some of the best exclusives. We also have a PSA 9 at $640. Again, we got another one. This is the Play Hollow. Check this art out. We got to get a good picture here. There we go. Look at that. That is crazy. For a Lugia card, that is nuts. PSA 1 sold for $315. And I think this is also an exclusive too. Yeah, I got it next. Wasn't sure if I added it. And they also had the Lugia playing cards where Lugia is literally on the entire back of the card. They're silver. There's also a Ho-Oh version. So these are super cool. You know, they are actual, like, you know, playing cards. Like King, Queen, Joker, all that stuff. But yeah, very, very sweet exclusives. And let's check out some of the sales for this. We got one raw at $305. Looks very clean. And here is the other one that we just looked at, the promo with the stamp on there. Again, another purple background. Last sold raw $52.33. We got a 10 at $359. This is the Poke Park Grand Opening card. And then we have the Shadow Lugia card. This thing is sick. This is a jumbo. We got a PSA 8. $4,500, says none graded higher. This does come in English and Japanese, but such a sick one. We got the Japanese in a PSA 7 for $430, raw for the Japanese at $160. Even look at the big jumbo bird card. Some of these jumbos, I swear, are like some of the most slept on Pokemon cards in all of Pokemon. They are just so sick. Here we got the English raw at $110, but it says damaged. And then we got a PSA 10 for the Japanese at $2K, best offer accepted. PSA 8 for the Japanese at $458. PSA 5 at $329. But yeah, these things are so cool. I have one. It's probably Model E Played, my English one. But I would definitely want to get a super minty one. All right, let's get to some sealed. Nothing super crazy. But we got the Trainer's Legendary box for Lugia. Comes with a very nice promo. And last sold on TCG Player is $199, and there's one available right now at $290. These do not sell very often. Next, we got the Crown Zenith Lugia box. Comes with a very nice jumbo and that super sick V promo. Last sold for this, $87, $77, $70. And I mean, you really cannot go wrong with Crown Zenith. So if you guys are a super big Lugia fan and you like Crown Zenith, very solid pickup. Next, we got the Lugia Legendary Battle Deck. This thing's still very cheap from the Sun and Moon era. You can buy it right now for $40. Next, we got the Combined Powers box. This comes with Suicune, Lugia, and Ho-Oh on the box. Beautiful. Just wish we got a little bit better promos. That's where that new EX comes from. Last sold 87, 83, and 77. Then we got the XY Fates Collide Sleeve Booster. You can pick that up right now for $56. And last sold was $65.40 before that. Then we have the Call of Legends booster pack. We got a PSA 10 sale here at $1,200. And then just loose at $480, $390, $430. Next, we have the Super Burst Impact booster box. Very nice. You know, their Japanese Lost Thunder. Beautiful box. Then we have the Chinese Shadow of the Blue box. He's got the whole front cover right there. Pretty sick. $55. Next, Silver Tempest. Of course, we all know about Silver Tempest. Last sold $460, $550, $450. And then we have Call of Legends booster box, which does have a Lugia on the side. So if you were to collect every single thing, you know, printed with Lugia on it, you would technically need to get this box. Someone is asking $40K. Remember, you can always get it, you know, already opened. So if you really want to get the box art and stuff, you can usually find them online for a couple $100 if it's like a super rare box. So don't give up. And then we have the Lost Thunder booster box, which also has a Lugia on the back and I think on the top. Yep. And then last on the list, the best sealed Lugia product of all time, the Plasma Storm Elite Trainer box. This is the very first Elite Trainer box ever made for Pokemon. We got a sale here at $12K, sealed $8,100. And that is about it. This is literally my dream sealed product. I cannot wait to get this thing one day. It'll probably be my next really big purchase, to be honest. Like, this has a hole in it. It sold for $8,100. I would definitely want it minty. But yeah, you never see these things. They are so rare. But all right, that was this Throwback Thursday. Like I said, let me know down below. And then also, if you guys are trying to grade through PSA for your first time, you can click my link in the description and use the code BEARD25 and you'll receive $25 off your very first PSA submission. And then, of course, if you guys like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. You guys can support more. You guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership, or you can check out my merch. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon What If Wednesday, which was a super crazy one, PSA is kind of having like a glitch in their system where some stuff is selling at half price. Click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.